Hey, this is to all those kids out there today that that walked out of classes and had this march and protesting gun violence. I got news for you. What have I heard of? What was it? He's just a minute ago on the news interviewed this kid. Oh, gun violence doesn't affect me now, but if legislation isn't enacted by the state and federal level, I may have to start worrying about gun violence. I got news for you. You allow the government to take away our right to bear arms, meaning our right to protect ourselves, there'll be far more gun violence in this country than you could shake a stick at. You like that? Shake a stick at. Because that stick ain't gonna do nothing for you. Because the government's gonna come in and shoot you. What are they teaching you ignoramuses today? There's a thing called communism. How dumb can you kids be? Really? Seriously? I think we've got the dumbest generation right now in schools. Please, government, take our guns away. Take our guns away. Next, take our rights away. Hate speech. Don't want to hear somebody say something that might offend me. Really? Come on, people. You know what I blame? I blame the teachers, too, for teaching these kids this bullshit. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. Seriously. And I guess we have Obama to thank for this and the liberal mindset. It's infiltrated our youth. If you want to be so concerned about youth, why don't you teach them common sense? Because they're going to be lost in this world. And Ronald Reagan did one time said that we're only one generation away from losing our freedom. Always one generation. What it was. Seriously. Oh my gosh. News on CBS. We had people out there interviewing these kids. These young kids who know so much about the world. It's a joke. And the media is even a bigger joke for sensationalizing this. They're using them as pawns in a scheme to try to get the liberal left to take away the guns, to take away here's a Constitution lesson, all right? The sole purpose of the Constitution is to tell the government what they cannot do. They cannot grant rights, nor can they take them away. Does this make sense? Does this make sense at all to anybody? Anybody? The Constitution, let me repeat this. It tells government what they cannot do. It's the will of the people. Unfortunately, democracy, the word democracy is not in the Constitution, not once. We are not a true democracy. We practice it when electing our officials and such, but we are a constitutional republic. The rule of law is what trumps everything else. The Constitution is the law of the land. It's the law of the land. The Second Amendment specifically says, and you got to read it and remember the punctuation in it. Read it slowly and say the punctuation as you are reading it, because those commas and semicolons are there for a purpose. It's telling the government what they cannot do. You give them an inch and they'll take a mile. All governments, absolute power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. Our founders knew the condition of man. They knew the nature of man. They lived it. Oh my gosh. Such a hoot. Such an incredible hoot. It blows my mind that these kids today. What is... Okay. All right. I think I'm winding this down. Until the next news report I hear about the stupid freaking kids out there today. Are you kidding me? It's finally my turn. I can criticize the kids for being dumber than I was at that age. Wow. At least I knew what the Constitution was all about. What are they teaching you guys nowadays? How are they teaching you? They're not. So let me ask you this. I'll leave you with this. And you can comment. Put it in the comments. So, if you succeed in getting the government to take away our guns, which actually will start a civil war, and you won't win, mark my words, you won't win. So, all right, yeah. So if you take away all the guns, then what happens? Well, the next thing is, they'll really amp up the hate speech thing, and all of a sudden they start controlling speech, and then every little thing that every little person says will be just a little bit more offensive to people. And then what do you get? You're falling deeper and deeper into totalitarian society. And what do you got? Well, if the only people who have the weapons don't want you to say something, what are they going to put to your head? Because you're saying something they don't want you saying. Take that, gun violence. Why don't you... Here, you know what? We should send every 11th and 12th grader in this country over to these third world countries, these Muslim countries, like North Korea maybe, and do an exchange program over there and go live over there and see if you can say and do whatever you think you can do. Freedom isn't free. Better freaking believe that. Freedom is not free. People died for the sake of freedom in this country. For the sake of freedom. Blood was shed. And you're going to make it in vain? All because you're afraid? You're scared? Ben Franklin. Those who are willing to sacrifice a little liberty for the sake of security, for the sake of safety, deserve neither liberty or safety and security. Again, freedom isn't free.